So there's this popular phrase that, that's, when there's somebody really passionate for Jesus, that, that's cute, he's just in the honeymoon phase, that'll wear off. And it's like, for the past decade, that is just like, it has killed me. Like, I thought that is the most awful thing, because I felt like every Christian should live in that honeymoon phase with Jesus. Like even in the times, like when you're in what feels like marriage counseling with Jesus, like you're having to like go through it, and you're in His Word, or you're just barely like hanging on. But by His grace, you are hanging on, and you are persevering, and you haven't walked away, and you haven't thrown your hands up and said, "I'm done." But it's still like you're fighting to get back to that honeymoon passion and intimacy and love. But as I was thinking about it this morning, I started to think, like, I've heard it said that there's a supernatural grace on new Christians. And that's kind of that honeymoon phase, is that, like, as a new Christian, a lot of times God covers you uniquely with this grace, and you can kind of be in His wings as you kind of grow and develop a foundation. And as you're growing, like as you're maturing, like a loving parent, you're slowly and surely pushed out of the nest, and you're pushed out into the world to kind of test your strength, to kind of see, like, hey, can you fly yet? Hey, can you stand up on your own two legs? Hey, can you feed yourself yet? Can you do these things? And it's interesting because my first few years, like my Grandma Jo, one of the most godly women I've ever known, one of my greatest supporters, encouragers, a prayer warrior, somebody who tarried in prayer for years for me before I came to salvation. As a new Christian, like, I was just like, man, Grandma's always praying for me. And then after a few years, Grandma passed. After a few years of walking with Christ, Grandma passed. And then it was like everything got harder. And I just was like, man, well, Grandma's not praying for me anymore. And I think that might be it. But I think also there is this aspect of this honeymoon period, I think, where, like, that supernatural grace that covered me and protected me in the early time with God to really grow and develop a foundation, so that when the crashing waves hit, I was found on the rock, and I had something to stand on, and I had someone to cling to and run to. And so as I kind of thought about it this morning, I think it's twofold, but I think there's something there to the honeymoon period. In a real honeymoon, you get married and you go away. You're not in your jobs, you're not around your family, you're not around your friends. You are like, you've escaped to this almost like paradise, like almost like the garden. Like, you're, on a honeymoon, you get away to just be with the one you love. No distractions, no commitments, just love them and be with them. And I think that's our goal as Christians in day-to-day life, is to kind of have that spiritual honeymoon phase. Like, man, we get away in the morning or the night or periodically through the day as God allows, to get with Him and to be with Him and to spend time with Him and to learn from Him and to grow in that intimacy, to reconnect and rekindle that fire and that passion. But like almost day by day, like, so like instead of having a week away with the one you love, like you get like a couple hours, you might get an hour, you might get 30 minutes, and then you go out for however long in the quote-unquote wilderness, in the workplace, in the world, to show off that great love that you've been cultivating in your time away and in your private time together. And it's just so crucial, it's so essential for the Christian to have that time to just rekindle that love. And anyway, I think there is a honeymoon phase. I think it's legit. I think we need to fight for it every day.